good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarista. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Okay, so, there were some technical issues last week, got it resolved, just going with the flow, okay? Divine flow. All is well. I love you guys so much. I'm feeling much better. And thank you for all your prayers, your love, your good energy, all of that. I just love you guys so much. Okay, so we are going to do our 6-card spread here, okay, and get kind of the energy, the feel of this week, but they're telling me we're going to start with this deck here to get the, pull the main energies, okay, so this one's the collective energy, what's leaving, what's coming, something to look forward to, what's healing, and what's imperative for you to know, okay. So what is the collective energy, please? All right, we have the Two of Wands. Okay, so this is definitely decisive energy. I really like that. Sometimes life brings questions. Questions about love, questions about career, questions about your life journey, and sometimes we just need a little clarity. And that is where my new sponsor, Psychic Source, comes in. Psychic Source has been around for over 35 years. Connecting people like you with trusted, compassionate advisors to bring through insights and guidance that they need at this time. One of the things that I loved or that stood out to me with Psychic Source was that not only do they care about their customers, but they also care about their employees as well as the world. They donate 1% of all proceeds to a good cause through their kindness initiative. I had a chance to experience the whole experience and talk to a psychic advisor, and I left feeling far more confident than I did like walking into it. She was able to pull on a recent dream that I had, and the craziness of it, and help me find clarity through that. She recognized that I was going through a purge and that I was going through kind of like a rebranding, if you will. She was also able to give me like kind of a little bit of clarity on a direction that I'm headed in. And she even was able to like give like dates type energy, as well as like a couple names she pulled out. So it was very good. Like I said, I left feeling a lot more confident than I did going in, just about the direction that I'm headed in. And I didn't ask her any questions. This was all just, I just asked her, what do you got? And she just came, pulled all this stuff, and it was very good. It was very good. So with all that being said, I'm excited to share that Psychic Source is offering an incredible deal for my viewers, you guys. Okay, new customers can get up to 40 minutes with one of their advisors for just $19.80. That's a value up to $240, okay? You can get the deal through the link in the description box below using the keyword Corie, C-O-R-I-E, or you can go to trypsychicsource.com/Corie. There's never been a better time to experience true connection. So there's been some sort of decision, or you will be in a very decisive energy, okay? I feel a lot of action, a lot of movement forward. There is kind of also too, I'm hearing expansive energy, okay? This may be when it comes to maybe your finances or something like that here, okay? But yeah, there is also something too maybe about a plan, right? I heard something about maybe a plan coming together, okay? Maybe there was some uncertainty around a direction forward, or maybe even around some sort of like lack mentality. Like yeah, there's something here. Okay. But there's some sort of, there's an energy, I feel like, big energy about coming out of some sort of indecision, right? or like, again, just feeling very decisive. Like I feel like there's going to be a lot of, you're going to be not in your head and more in your body and doing things, right? And just being in that decisive energy and being in the flow, and you know what I mean? It's this kind of energy here, okay? There's also too maybe some sort of travel, or there's an energy of leaving something or someone behind as well. Some sort of like plot or plan, I think, is going to be exposed. Now, I feel like this was a plot or a plan maybe against you here, okay? With the Seven of Swords showing up, but this is going to be exposed here. Yeah, also with the Two of Wands. It's really giving kind of like your discernment. I feel like your intuition, all of these things are going to be, they are very elevated. And I'm tempted to say at this time, but I feel like it's like you've elevated your gifts to, it's not like it's going to go away, right? It's not like it's like, something like that. It's like, you've brought your gifts to a certain point here. Yeah, we have the Tower here. Again, with this Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Six of Wands here, King of Swords, the High Priestess. There's an energy of somebody feeling as though they had something on you. They do not, okay? You know what I mean? Like or there's something about somebody holding something against you or attempting to do that here, okay? Yeah, okay. But again, this is being exposed or something like that, collective, okay? I feel like somebody was maybe looking for some sort of evidence, was maybe plotting and planning to create some sort of false evidence. Okay, there was some sort of plan here. You are going to know about this plan, okay? Yeah, something's being exposed. But again, as far as your energy, collective, there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of action, a lot of drive, a lot of momentum around your energy here, okay? It could be something that you're just starting. It could be everyday things. It could be all of the above, okay? All right. What's leaving for the collective, please? The Four of Swords. Look, the stillness being in your head. But the Four of Swords is sometimes also seen as like, the Hermit and the Minor Arcana. So it's not necessarily been a bad stillness, right? It's not necessarily, it's like you've been putting to rest some things. Maybe your body's been healing, has been regenerating. There is, it feels very protected, honestly, the way the swords are placed. So this is what's leaving, is this energy, okay? It's, again, like I said, it's moving. There's an energy of shifting from being kind of up in your head a little bit. But while you were up there, right, I feel like you were working through some things, if I'm being honest. Yeah. This could be healing, yeah, from relationships from the past, right? People that may have rejected you or wanted you to feel abandoned or rejected, or people just, I'm getting kind of like this with this Three of Cups and the Five of Pentacles energy with the Emperor. It's almost like, I don't know, people that wanted you to feel left out, or people, it's really a big energy of that here, but okay. So, yeah. But we have the Five of Swords with the Devil. This is, and the Page of Cups here. This is, with your intuition here, right? Moving through some sort of restriction. Exactly. So this Four of Swords energy wasn't for nothing, right? It wasn't a waste of time. It wasn't anything like that. It was productive. It was healing. It was rejuvenating. It was revitalizing. And it was, changing your perceptions around some things that needed to be shifted and altered. Yeah, the Hangman. Exactly. So, yeah. there was like some things that, you know, you needed to understand, you know, from a new perspective and not from a wounded perspective. Okay. And that's really where I feel like, you know, so this energy is leaving though. Like I said in the beginning, there's movement forward. Okay. All right. What's coming here for the collective? What's coming towards the collective? Okay. We have the 10 of Wands, or the 10 of Cups here. With the 7 of Wands. Okay, so I like this. You know what I've been feeling in a big energy? So this feels kind of like a surprise, maybe this 10 of Cups energy, but also this just like happiness. It's also family, you know, kind of like that energy. But we also have the 7 of Wands here. And I've always felt like in this, with this card, the 7 of Wands, it's almost like that... the masculine is protecting the feminine. You can be masculine or feminine, but for some reason it feels like that person is maybe somebody that's passed away, somebody that's not with us. It could also represent, I feel like, too, somebody that you are in some sort of divine partnership with, whether it be in the physical or just in the spirit at this time. It feels like... not only are you, you know, with this discernment, right, there's, you know, able to kind of create boundaries and protect yourself and defend yourself and something like that, but there's also another energy here, okay, that I feel like is protecting, there's some sort of shields coming over this happiness here, okay? So whereas maybe in the past, right, there was some sort of, I just heard the word elusive, so I don't know if it may be significant. Yeah, I was just thinking about this 8 of Wands with the 3 of Swords. In the past, where it's like, there's something, your energy could have just been open, or like there was just something out there, like, you know, where people could just like attack whatever, or, you know what I mean, like that type of energy, right? Maybe because you were in this 4 of Swords energy, or just divine timing or something. What's coming is there's like some sort of like protective shield, okay? Not that it hasn't always been there, but I just really get this feeling where it's like, in the past, if something, you know, kind of, yeah, see the 3 of Swords, it's like attacking some sort of, you know, pressing your buttons, right? Attacking some sort of heartbreak or something like that to put you back in your head. Okay, but we have the Tower with the Chariot, exactly. It's like, there is, first of all, this is like, something's clearing out, right? If somebody had recently done something like that. But also, too, it's like moving forward. You've changed the things that needed to change, or the perceptions. You've healed the the heartbreak that needed to heal, like all of these things, right? And so it's like moving forward, you know, they can't, it's almost like, you know, the thing that's coming through is like, you know, you can't unlock new doors with old keys, right? These people are, you know, you change the locks, basically, is what's going on here. That you've changed your locks. Some of you, I don't know, maybe that's actually true. Somebody may have recently changed your locks, or if you've been thinking about it, confirmation, do that. But yeah, energetically and spiritually, you've also changed the locks, okay? They have old keys. They don't have new keys. They cannot get access to new keys. And so therefore, you know, this happiness that you kind of have going on in this world that you've created, right? You have the world in your hand here. It's, you know, it can't be... invaded, right? It can't be, you know what I mean? Because you're not, yeah, it can't be like, yeah, it's like this 10 of Swords with this Page of Pentacles, like somebody coming through and, yeah, taking something, right? They watch and they wait for something to work, you to be in this 4 of Cups energy here, okay? Yeah. But this is either you've done a lot of work in that Four of Swords energy. The divine is like, no, it's time for, you know, there's something about divine timing here, okay? All right. Tell me about this something to look forward to for the collective. Something to look forward to. Ooh, we have the Judgment with the Emperor. Interesting. Okay, so there's either some sort of emperor that is going through some sort of judgment, or this is an emperor that is... I can't help but feel like there's an emperor that's receiving judgment, especially with the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. Or this is an emperor that's making some sort of judgment here, right? That has seen that there's been this energy, right? That you had been kind of pushed out, pushed away, something like that, right? And they come, and there's something about this Ace of Pentacles, receiving some sort of Ace of Pentacles coming from this emperor. Yeah, something to look forward to is there's some sort of emperor that's making some sort of judgment. We'll go further into that, but for some of you, it's this emperor receiving judgment, but for a lot of you, it's this emperor making some sort of judgment, understanding where you had been left out in the cold or pushed away or abandoned, or there's like this energy of seeing the reality of a situation, right? And I get the sense that you know, pick yourself up and try again. You can dust it off and try again, try again. If at first you don't succeed. Yeah, that song came through. Okay, so yeah, that was your energy here. And there's some sort of emperor that's making that judgment, that's seeing that you continuously pick yourself back up, right? For sure. Okay. All right. What's healing for the collective? What's healing? The Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. This is some sort of confidence in what you do, your work, your finances, maybe your health, okay? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles, also what you've invested in. Yeah. It's also, too, what you manifest as well, okay? Where you manifest from, like your intentions, right? There's an energy of, you know, when you're moving out of the kind of lack energy, right? You tend to move with different intentions, right? Because now you're no longer, you know, it's like you come into this space where you know that you are just, your needs and your wants are met, right? You are cared for, you are divinely led. And so it creates a space where you feel safe and even like more at home with moving from a space of giving rather than receiving. And then it just kind of flips a switch, right? Like that type of energy here. Yeah. Okay. All right, and then what's imperative for the collective to know? Yeah, the Seven of Swords. And I just can't help but feel it's like, yeah, it's imperative for you to know that when you come into this hermit mode, right, there's an energy that's like holding on to you. I almost feel like, too, some sort of, yeah, investigation or something. But look, that strength, exactly. That's that judgment that I feel like is being made here, right? But it's imperative for you to know that the Seven of Swords, some sort of it. Let me get one more on the Seven of Swords. And we're going to clarify with other cards too, but yeah, it's like somebody would come take from you. That what they would take, I do not know, right? But you're having justice over this. King of Swords here. Eight of Wands with the Death. Hmm. Yeah, it's also imperative for you to know that this confusion or this feeling stuck in your head is also an illusion. Okay, you're having justice over some sort of illusion that whether whether it was projected onto you or you picked it up over time, it's imperative for you to know that, this illusion, that you, again, it's this energy that may have kept you in this Four of Swords, right? Or felt like you were kept in that Four of Swords, but again, that time was not wasted here. There's again, there's some sort of masculine energy, okay, that's moving away from another masculine energy, okay, who, going back to that, it's like looking for that evidence, or that, like, creating false evidence, I heard again, or looking for some sort of, like, information on you or something like that, okay, and giving it to this other, to this King of Pentacles energy, or possibly this King of Pentacles is this Emperor energy, okay. This there's a masculine walking away from a masculine who seems to be betraying you or somebody else, okay? Or even this king, but I feel like it is this King of Pentacles, but I feel like it's there's some sort of like yeah, I don't know. I feel like creating false evidence here. All right. Okay. Do I want to use this deck or what? All right. Tell me about this collective energy, the Two of Wands. Okay. We have unexpected money here. That's good. So there's unexpected money in your energy, collective. Reach out and grab that shit. Yeah, but there's also look, we have self-love, the expectation here. We have actual money here. Yeah, this is a some of you are maybe even expecting a soulmate. Okay. Or there's definitely some sort of but this is going back to that Seven of Wands. There's some sort of like divine partnership here, okay? That I feel like it's like, because you have this connection, this deeper level connection with you may not even know this person yet, right? In the physical, but you two are definitely connected in the spirit, and it's like, I don't know, this person is like fighting some sort of battles for you or protecting you in some type of way here. Okay, but as far as your energy here, yeah, there's a lot of money. It's like a lot of money, okay?
But again, it comes from, remember I said there was like a lot of movement, right? So that may be part of this that's coming in, right? Yeah, so this is good energy. Yeah, divinity came out. All right, what's leaving with this Four of Swords for the collective? What's leaving with the Four of Swords for the collective? Yeah, mental and emotional, unstable, that energy, right? Of like just feeling very imbalanced, very much in your head, okay? Yeah, maybe even self-destruction or like self-sabotage, like that type of energy, right? There could be an older man that might be leaving your energy. It could also be like the beliefs of this older man in this community could be trying to cause destruction, right? Like I said before, you know, this could also be leaving here. An older man in a community that we're trying to cause some sort of destruction. Yeah. There's something about, there's some sort of like aha moment here, or there's something, there's maybe a community or somebody that's awakening to, you know, maybe down the line, there's something about, you know, you're on a journey, collective, and you know, you're on some sort of rise or something like that. You're headed towards some sort of achievement, okay? And it makes me feel like, you know, there's a community or like an older man that may be awakening to that or something like that, okay? There could be some people in that community that are jealous and envious of that, okay? But that's neither here nor there, not your problem, okay? Because all this is leaving. All of this is leaving here, okay? Tell me about this, what's coming with the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, this feels like a protector energy, okay? Like, you know, I could be talking to a healer, and typically, you know, the healer is oftentimes really good with the protector. Like, that's, I don't know. There's something about that duo, you know what I mean? Tell me about the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Cups with what's coming towards the collective. Okay, we have that's distant future, so that's a little bit down the road. Okay, so it's not coming this week, but as far as the energy of it, right, the protection, the things like that, right, that's here. It's present. Okay. Yeah, look, what I say. We have single, sexy, and successful. We have rising star. This is what I'm saying. There's a community or an older man that's awakened to, you know, where you're headed here, okay? And, yeah, but, you know, what's coming for you is this energy, is this rising star. Some of you are going to be very well known for something that you do that's, you know, maybe not for everyone. Not everyone wants to be well known. Some of you that don't want to be well known are going to be well known. But I heard, but you'll be okay with it by the time it comes around. But yeah, we have this single, sexy, and successful. That's what it's like. You're headed somewhere. There's yeah, you've planted certain seeds. Okay. Something to look forward to with the Emperor and the Judgment, please. Something to look forward to with the Emperor and the Judgment. Yeah, this Emperor may be receiving judgment, right? That could be this older man that tried to bring in some sort of destruction, okay? There's also, too, like I said, there's an Emperor that is trusting, okay, there's been some sort of transition, right? But for a lot of you, it's this Emperor's. Again, it's both ways, right? There's somebody that's like finally gonna be like, okay, I see that you are not, and not that you need their validation or that you even necessarily want that validation. You may have in the past, but it's like there's somebody that's being forced to see the truth or the reality, okay? Um, they're trusting that you've actually made some sort of transitions in your life or things like that, okay? But for some of you, this again, it's like this Emperor's under some sort of judgment, okay? And they may be experiencing some sort of lustful energy. Some may even pass, okay? They could experience some emotional pain as well, okay? Yeah, because you've reached some sort of like achievement here when it comes to your journey, when it comes to your path. Okay, tell me about this. What's healing with the Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. What's healing? There's some sort of creativity also. If there was any type of creative blocks, those are healing. Okay, so there's some sort of ancestral thing that's healing as well. Could have been some sort of evil eye, okay, some sort of like, oh yeah, there could have been some sort of spiritual judgment, okay. Could have been a Queen of Wands on the bloodline in the past, okay, when it came to money, okay, and what they did with it, and something like that here. This is healing, okay. You're breaking some sort of curse, or it's like there's something about I don't know, somebody just maybe made some not great decisions and investments when it comes to money in the past on the bloodline, or this could even be somebody now, right? It could also be, something like that, but there is something, this is also too your confidence around money, right? Because I feel like there could have been some sort of evil eye that could have been sent towards your money. Okay, yeah, this is under judgment with the legal coming out here, with the awakening. Okay, this is healing. So some sort of like I don't know, view that you have about money, connection you have about money, some sort of like yeah. It's some sort of something that was on the bloodline, right? Yeah. Yeah, but somebody could have been, there could have also been like this other energy in the bloodline, right? Some sort of manipulative energy, or, something like that here, okay? This is also something that you have broken some sort of chain with, okay? There's kind of a lot there. But it doesn't feel like, a lot of this energy doesn't feel like it's necessarily your energy per se, or it feels like it's, stuff in the past, right? Previous people that came before you. people that hadn't done the healing, right? People that, yeah, that type of energy. This person could also be somebody who is under some sort of judgment, somebody who's not in your family, could be in your family, could be like a cousin, or just somebody else, again, with this evil eye. They're under some sort of judgment, okay? Because the ancestors, I feel like, are showing this person, again, there's like a community, or, you know, this older man or this Queen of Wands energy that is awakening to your path, or your divinity, or something like that. Your healing, your self-love, something like that here, okay? Yeah, because I feel like there was somebody who thought that maybe your spirituality or something that you do, your views, your beliefs, something like that, right, were something to be concerned about. Yeah. Yeah, but you might be onto something, or like, yeah, okay. Okay, what's imperative for the collective to know? Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords, the Justice. Yeah. There's some sort of rich guy and some sort of at the courthouse. We have abundance, love offer, surprise, divinity, healer, thoughts, North Node energy, achievement. Yeah, what's imperative for you to know is I feel like there's somebody else. I don't know, some of you, there may be somebody around that's, you know, that it is false, or I don't know, but it's imperative for you to know that there's, you know, this abundance here, okay? And this love offer, this love offer could be coming from somebody that is dealing with some sort of court thing at this time. Okay, but they may be pretty wealthy here. Tell me about this thoughts. What are these thoughts for the collective? Yeah, I don't know. There's this emperor energy, or this, there's a masculine energy that's bringing some sort of endings here, ushering in some sort of endings. Because of some sort of conflict. You may not know that this is going on, right? You may be, I don't know, I'm not sure that you're aware of this. Something may seem like nothing is happening, or somebody may seem as though they're unbothered, or that nothing is going on here. Okay, it's there, that's a show. Okay, somebody is experiencing some sort of conflict here. Because they're going through endings, they're under some sort of judgment, right? There's, yeah. And also, too, it's also because not only are they going through that, I guess, but also you're receiving, you know, some sort of surprise blessings here. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there was like to avoid conflict with somebody else. Somebody may have avoided you, or they may have, I don't know. There's something, they trusted somebody else, or I don't know, something like that. But they're not avoiding that conflict anymore. Okay? This could have to do with some like work, or I don't know, something. But you're moving out of, you know, as we talked about in the beginning, there's a lot of really good shifts and movements that are happening here for you, okay, and this energy. So, anyways, collective, I think I'll leave it there. I hope this is helpful, and I love you all very, very much. If you need anything from me, that's in the description box below. Otherwise, we'll talk to you soon.